Yes. All right, computer. So we're on to synthetic division today, 4.3 synthetic division. Now, synthetic division is a process that you can use when you are dividing by a linear. Dividing by a linear. When you say linear, that means that's the mx plus b form, okay? So if you have a polynomial of degree 1, this is the only time you can do synthetic division. If your divisor is linear, which means that it's a polynomial of degree 1, okay? All right, capiche? It does not work with everything. So the first thing that you're gonna do is I gotta move this down somehow. We zoom in at the top. Zoom in. Zoom. All right, can you see it? Well, the computer is going, the internet's going slow. So the first thing we do is we write the coefficients of the dividend inside and upside down division symbol. So you see how it's upside down? And all you're gonna do is write the coefficients. So the coefficients means that there are no variables present. Do you see any variables? No. No. So for example, this was 3x cubed plus 4x squared minus 3x plus 2. However, I only wrote the numbers, no variables. Okay. Then you're going to use the test, the 0. So your 0. This is saying that x2, it won't let me write, will it? So this is saying that if I have a positive 2, that my divisor was x minus 2. Okay, so my divisor was x minus 2, and I set it equal to 0. So that means I'm going to be using x equals 2 to go through. The 3, 4, negative 3, 2 meant that my dividend was 3x cubed plus 4x squared minus 3x plus 2. And all I did was write the coefficients. And that's all that was written in the place, okay? After you set it up, then you begin the process. First, you're gonna bring down the first coefficient. So we bring down the 3. Second, you're then gonna start the pattern. The pattern is we multiply diagonal and add vertically. So we're gonna multiply. 2 times 3 is 6. I didn't mean to put the adding there. And then you're gonna add vertically. And 4 plus 6 is 10. And then you repeat the process again. So now you're gonna do 2 times 10 is 20. So you're gonna write your product here. And then you're gonna add negative 3 plus 20 is 17. And then you're gonna multiply. 2 times 17 is 34. And then you're gonna add and you get 36, okay? That's literally the process. Diagonally we multiply, vertically we add. So I'm gonna zoom out. So that's all we did. Now, when you're done, what you're left with is your solution. So because you divided, that means you took the problem, the dividend down 1 degree. So instead of this being a cubic, it's now a square. So your answer would be, these are the coefficients of your quotient. So it becomes 3x squared plus 10x plus 17. And we have a remainder of 36. So therefore, 3x cubed plus 4x squared minus 3x plus 2 divided by x minus 2 equals this. My quotient, these are the quotient. We're gonna do another one, huh? Because they're not being added together. That's not the synthetic. That's not the process for synthetic. You don't add them all at the end. Yes. So that's just, it's just what you started off with. Yes, we do. All right. So this is just a outright process. Now we're going to do it together. Okay. So we're going to do one completely together. So the first thing that we want to do is you're going to make sure that your dividend is in standard form. And when I look here, is this in standard form? No, it's not. What's missing? X. So I'm gonna have to have a 0x. I'm gonna have to have that filler. Whether you like it or not, it has to be present. It doesn't matter. What if you're getting $0 or you're losing $0? Is it gonna make a difference? No. Okay. All right. So second thing you're gonna do is setup. So in their setup, you're only taking the coefficients of your dividend. So my coefficients are 2, -4, 0, and -1. Internet slow. Okay. So there's my first setup. Questions about step 1 and step 2? Huh? You write it without the variables. Okay. Step 3 is you're going to find your 0. So we have x plus 1 equal to 0. So what would x have to be? -1, right? That's going to go on the outside of your synthetic division. And then step 4, we multiply diagonally and we add vertically. So we're going to multiply diagonally and add vertically. So to get the engines going, we bring down our first term, our first coefficient, I'm sorry. And now we're going to begin multiplying. -1 times 2 is -2. That's the product. Agree? Now we're going to add -4 plus -2 is. All I asked you was -4 plus -2, guys. -6. And then we're going to multiply. We're going to start it again. -1 times -6. A negative times a negative is a positive. And then we're going to add 0 plus 6. And then we're going to multiply -1 times 6. And we're going to add -1 plus -6. Questions? Mhm. It's part of the answer. So step 5 is to write your quotient. And your quotient is always going to be 1 degree less. So we started off as a 3rd degree, so our quotient is going to be a 2nd degree. So it starts off as 2x squared minus 6x plus 6. Step 6 is your remainder. And what is our remainder? -7. So when you add your remainder, it's -7 over your divisor, and our divisor was x plus 1. And here's your full solution. This only works if it's linear. If you have a square that you're dividing by, so like if it was x squared plus 1, you couldn't do this. Like if this said x squared plus 1, you can't do this process. This only works if it's a linear divisor, which is why you learn long division, because long division is going to work regardless. But this only works if it's a linear divisor. Okay, so just for poops and giggles, I'm going to show it to you as a long division. Okay, so if I was to do this as long division, it would be x plus 1 divided by 2x cubed minus 4x squared plus 0x minus 1. I'm dividing 2x cubed divided by x is 2x squared. Then I multiply, which gives me 2x cubed plus 2x squared. Subtract, which means I'm changing the signs. So this cancels out. And I'm left with -6x squared plus 0x minus 1. And then I repeat the steps again. I divide. -6x squared by x gives me negative 6x. Then I multiply. Negative 6x times x is negative 6x squared. Negative 6x times 1 is negative 6x. I subtract, which means I'm changing the signs, and I'm left with 6x minus 1. And then I'm going to divide again. So I divide 6x by x. That's going to leave me with 6. Multiply, I get 6x plus 6. Subtract, and I'm left with negative 7. Is that what happened here? Yes. So my remainder is the negative 7. So that's the comparison between the synthetic and the long division with linears. Okay. That was yesterday. Exactly. Long division was yesterday. All right. So I would like for you to try synthetic on this one. All right, so we're going to go over it. So step 1 is to check your standard form. Is this in standard form? Yep. Is there anything missing? 3, 2, 1, nothing. Check. Step 2 is to set it up. So you're going to put your coefficients. We have 2, 4, -1, and 5. Step 3 is to find your 0. So we have x plus 2 equals 0. So x equals -2. Step 4 is where we're going to start the process, right? So you should diagonally multiply and vertically what? Add. So we're going to get our engines going. We bring down the 2. And here we go. -2 times 2. All right, let's try again. Is it coming back? All right, there we go. Quick kick out for a moment. All right, so then we have 4 minus 4, which is 0. -2 times 0 is? -1 plus 0 is? -2 times -1. And 5 plus 2 is 7. Okay. Step 5 is to write your quotient. Remember, your quotient is 1 degree less than where you started. So I started as a cube, so I'm going to end as a square. So it becomes 2x squared plus 0x minus 1. And then your remainder is what? 7 over your divisor. And what was our divisor? X plus 2. So you can simplify this because do you have to have 0x? No. So my answer is 2x squared minus 1 plus 7 over x plus 2. How do we feel? Synthetic is doable? All right. So for your exit ticket, I'm going to give it to you. But you're going to, the thing with our exit ticket is that today's exit ticket, we're going to start it in class. You're going to bring it back tomorrow, and it's going to be the first thing we check before we start on our notes. Okay? No, you're doing it tonight. You're getting it done so that we can make sure you have this skill. Okay?